the new year to be a better you, right? So here's the deal. On Thursday, I'm going to have a special Zoom, right, for the mentorship group. I would like that group to be less than 10 people, to be honest. I can assure you that that group will, if it starts with more than 10 people or even 10 people, I can assure you that that group is going to go down from 10 people because it's going to be a serious accountability group. This group of people must close 1 to 3 deals minimum per month. It's not an option. Matter of fact, if you make it as a part of this group, okay, anybody in Power Hitters, you make it as a part of this group, okay, you must close 1 to 2 deals in January. If you don't, you're going to be gone. That's just how it is. We want to create this mentorship group of accountability, right? Goal setting and helping each other go out there and get it. And if that means going out there door knocking, if that means going out there visiting the new homeowner list, then that's what needs to happen. If you're not willing to do those things and go all out to get 1 to 3 deals, then that group is not for you. And that's okay. Everybody's in a different part of their business, right? So I don't expect, I'm not saying, oh, if you don't want to close that many deals and do that kind of activity, then there's something wrong with you. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm simply telling you right now that in order to be a part of this group, it's a serious commitment. It's the people that say, hey, man, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want something different. And they understand that in order to achieve something different, guess what? They've got to do something different. So that is what this group is about. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. Thursday, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna release the time for that Zoom. If you're at work, you could catch a replay, but there are going to be some Zooms that you've got to be on live. Okay. Some of these accountability calls, they'll be on different days and different times. That way you can at least attend some of them. But as long as you're doing the work and getting the results, here's what we want: to do enough work, to get enough bills, to request enough proposals, to set enough appointments. And if you do that, right, you're going to get deals closed. There's no way around it. The only thing that we could control is our attitudes and our actions, right? Our attitudes and our actions, okay? And so I can't control which one of these neighbors, wants solar or makes a decision to go solar, but what I could control is talking to them. What I could control is talking to more people. What I could control is getting better. What I could control is asking the right questions so I can get better. What I could control is, here's the deal, and we're going to start here soon, but this is very, very important that you guys understand, okay? Something that's very important to understand is that in this new year, and I'm trying to share my screen, so as you guys know, men, we're not very good at multitasking. As we start the new year, you can make a decision to be a better you. You can make a decision, right, to level up. Right? Most people say Happy New Year, but there's nothing happy or new about that year. There's nothing happy or new. There's nothing new about them. Therefore, there's no additional happiness, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Happiness is a state of mind. You could be in a worse situation in 2021 than you were in 2020 and still be happy. No question about that. However, for most people, nothing is happy or new. They're so used to January 1st through January 30th and maybe some of February to saying, hey, man, Happy New Year. But they're just saying that as a robot because it's been ingrained in their mind for so many years to just say Happy New Year. But if you stop and ask them, hey, man, what's new about this year? Most people, they're living the same year over and over, being the same person over and over. Then at the end of the year, they say, next year, I'm going to make more money. Next year, I'm going to put more money away. Next year, I'm going to lose weight. Next year, right? Until they run out of years. But there's a select few people that are serious about it. They're not interested. They're committed. That's what we're talking about. So my goal right now is to step up and to identify who those people on my team are that want to go to the next level. Who are those people that want to start closing consistently 1 to 3 deals a week, and then eventually 2 to 4 deals, not a week, 2 to 4 deals per month, right? And eventually 10 deals a month when you become a mentor. 15 deals a month, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you could close that many deals without being a mentor, but being a mentor, for example, New Year's Eve, I helped the same gentleman, Gabriel, he's on here, close 2 sales on New Year's Eve. One of them was at 1 p.m., the other one was at 5 p.m. Boom, boom, double whammy, New Year's Eve. Great way to go into accepting the new year, right? Guess what? We're going to keep that momentum going. I've got an install happening this week. I've got a couple sales that I'm going to get done this week, some people to follow up this week, and we're going to go out there and crush it. So with that being said, guys, let me look at the chat real quick. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you, Gabriel. That was all you, brother. You put them in front of me, I knocked them out. All right, let's make it happen, Marissa. Okay, so we talked about this last time. I'm going to touch on it again for those of you guys that missed it. I know that we've got a couple of people here. So here's the situation. Drinking my coffee from my Batman cup. Because guess what? Coffee is for closers. And I plan on closing 150 transactions between personal transactions and mentor sales. My goal is 150 this year. Okay. And the goal is for my team to do a minimum of 700 sales this year. Just so you guys know. Here's the deal. It's not that people aim too high and miss. It's that people aim too low and hit. Most people's goals are to make enough money to pay the bills. That's why they're always trying to make ends meet. And they're wondering why they're struggling. Guess what? Ends don't meet. That's why they're called ends. Because ends don't meet. So guess what? If you want to make it happen, you got to make a decision. Again, what do we get offered here? Here's the 5 forms of leverage. You build leverage with this business. Leverage is one of the key words that successful people love. There's OPM, other people's money. Successful people and smart people leverage the money of other people to make more money. OPT, other people's time. What if you build a team of 20 people selling solar? And what if those people are only dedicating 5 hours a week? That's 20 hours per month. 20 times 20, what is that? 400 hours. That is 400 hours of work that you're leveraging because of this opportunity. Other people's time. Your mentor, right? Let's say, for example, Anthony, he's a mentor now, but before he was a mentor, let's say he had a doctor's appointment and we had an appointment set for 10 a.m., but he has a doctor's appointment with his daughter that he forgot about. I'm going to say, don't worry, go handle that. I will do the presentation to the homeowner, right? And we'll get it done. He's going to leverage my time. Other people's, and then OPI. Then there's OPE and OPW, other people's work. As we build a team, and here's the deal, we have an even playing field here. Everybody makes 70% off the cost of goods. Everybody makes 70% of the cost of goods. So guess what happens? If I bring David and David brings Monica and Monica brings Anthony and Anthony brings Isela, Isela makes the exact same thing that I do on a deal. Because she's 4 levels deep, 5 levels deep, does not impact their commission. You realize that that is the case with every other solar company out there? Every other solar company out there has the guy that's connected to the company, has the biggest red line, the best red line, the best commission. He builds a team, pays them a smaller commission because he's got to make an override. They build a team, they got to pay their people a smaller commission, and so on and so forth, right? Guess what? The guy that's 4 levels deep has no leverage. With us, you could be 1,000 levels deep, you still make 70% off the cost of goods. This is the best opportunity. Guess what? We're going to be able to earn stock options here very soon too, for just doing the work that we're supposed to be doing. We've got the best opportunity. So anyways, OPI, other people's ideas. This company was somebody else's idea. This training was my idea to put this training together to give you guys, right, the necessary tools to go out there and be successful. Leverage that. Leverage other people's ideas. OPE, other people's experience. You guys get to leverage not only my experience, but anybody that does a training. So for example, tomorrow, Jonathan Brunasso has a mentorship call at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You should be plugging into that. He has mentors, a bunch of mentors on his team, and they go and give golden nuggets. You should be plugged into all of these. And if you can't plug into it, ask, what's a replay? Where's a replay? Let me watch it. Here's the deal. Success, I want you guys to write this down. Success is something you achieve by the person you become. That's an oldie but a goodie. That's a Jim Rohn quote. Again, anybody, I pay attention to who turns on their camera, who doesn't. If you are able to turn on your camera, turn it on. I like to see your pretty faces. So here's the deal. Success is something you achieve by the person you become. How can you become more? See, most people are too busy. Appreciate that, David. Appreciate that, Michelle. Most people are too busy keeping up with the Kardashians instead of keeping up with the Power Hour trainings, instead of keeping up with Think and Grow Rich, instead of keeping up with books on how to become a better salesperson. Most people are too busy keeping up with these other things, with gossip, with TMZ. But then they claim that they want a better life. But guess what? They want a better life, but they're not working on themselves. If you want to go to the next level, guess what you got to do? You got to invest in yourself. Right now, you're investing in yourself. You got to change the philosophies that you had before to some successful people philosophies. Successful people philosophies are working on yourself, working on your craft, right? Then guess what that does? It gives you confidence. It gives you a backbone. So when you sit down with, when I sit down with a customer or somebody that I'm recruiting into my business, I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that they at the very least owe me lunch. I've told customers, Mr. Customer, after I'm done with you, not only am I going to save you a lot of money on your solar bill, but with all due respect, my friend, you're going to owe me some lunch because what I'm doing for you is going to be amazing. Any of you that I've recruited into my business, all of you, you owe me lunch because of this opportunity that I've given you. I've literally given you, right? Not only me, Jonathan Budd, and the all corporate, I gave you the opportunity to literally become a millionaire. You could never, ever, ever say that you have not been given an opportunity to become a millionaire. You can't say that ever again. If you fail in power, that's on you. But guess what? You were given the opportunity to become a millionaire. And that's the opportunity that we've got here. Okay, so I want you guys to know that. So with that being said, let's keep going. Okay, and then OPW, other people's work, other people's experience. We get to leverage all of that here. So let's see where we left off. Okay, we talked about follow-up. Help your prospects become distributors. Does anybody remember where we followed up? Eddie, you did buy me lunch and wine. I appreciate that, brother. Okay. Yeah, I see you, David. Okay, great. So help your prospects get started. I know that this is where we left off last time, but I'm going to touch on this. Here's the situation, right? When we go out there and we sign people up, there's a difference, guys, between being a recruiter and being a sponsor. I want you to write that down. I built network marketing sales organizations for half of my life. I'm 37 years old. I started at 18. More than half of my life. The biggest sales organization was with the last company I was with. And I built a team of 120,000 distributors in a 5-year period. 120,000. That doesn't happen by simply recruiting a couple folks and they recruit a couple folks. That happens by training them. But here's the deal. The biggest training that we can do for people is training their mind. So it's a personal development that they do on their own. It's a personal development that they get through coming on here. Because here's the deal. You could be the best salesperson in the world. You could be the best follow-up person in the world. You could be the best presenter in the world. That doesn't guarantee success. Because if you have all of those attributes, but you have a weak mind, guess what's going to happen? You're going to fail. The reason why is because maybe if you don't have that weak mind, you have too many start and stops, right? If you don't develop a bulletproof mindset, that's why I've been preaching. I have a bulletproof mindset course on jcrangel.com. I sell every month and I've sold a lot of it to people. If that is a foundation, but I've seen some people that are very skilled, prospecting, some of the best door knockers, some of the best presenters and salespeople, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they fail. Why? Because they're mentally weak. Because life is going to throw curveballs at you, right? Then guess what? They get excited, they get going, they get a little bit of momentum. The new year starts, they say, new year, new me. I say, new year, same me. because I'm still going to be disciplined. I'm still going to go after it. I'm still going to go bell to bell. I'm still going to be in before you and out after you, right? So guess what? They go, but then something happens, boom, they stop. Now they lose all of that momentum. Then they have to rebuild momentum. Guess what? Momentum is the hardest thing to build and the easiest thing to lose. Remember that when it comes to recruiting, okay? And to any business. So help your customers become distributors. This is where you become a good sponsor. In other words, sign them up. The key to this area is having the good posture and asking good questions. I ask questions after a presentation. Let's say they join today's 5 p.m. presentation. I give you a call, right? Here's some of the questions that I ask, right? First of all is, hey man, that was a great call, wasn't it? Yes. Did all that make sense to you? Yes. I don't ask, what did you think? What did you think is a bad question. Why? What did you think opens up to positive or negative? I don't want you to give me any negative responses, even if you have some negative thoughts about it. But if I ask, did that make sense to you? Yes. What did you like best about what you saw? What part about the presentation did you like the most? Okay. Pretty exciting, isn't it? Yes. Can you see why I'm so excited? So I'm not telling you to ask all of these questions. I'm giving you different questions that you can ask. Can you see how this could be a good opportunity for you? Yes. After asking the question, be quiet and let them answer. The first one who talks loses. If you are ready to get started, go ahead and sign them up. Okay. Take the initiative. Just like closing a solar sale, just like closing somebody on your team. GTC. Get the cash, get the credit card, get the commitment. Get them on your site and sign them up. Tell them that you'll walk them through it. That means, when I say GTC, as I mentioned, means get the credit card, get the cash, get the contract, get the commitment. Same thing when I'm with a homeowner. I have an 8-slide presentation. I have their proposal. I go through their proposal, answer any questions that they may have. And then at the end, I say, and Mr. Homeowner, at this point, when I click on this blue button, it asks me some basic questions, and within 30 seconds, we can see if you're qualified. I'm not there sitting down waiting, excuse me, do you think maybe you might like to save some money with solar? No, I'm asking with posture. Well, Mr. Homeowner, all of this information, this is basically everything. And if you look at this blue button here, when I click on it here and I click on it, I open up that tab. It asks me for their information. I just need a little bit of basic information for you. And within 30 seconds, it lets me know that you're approved. Not if you're approved, it lets me know that you're approved. I don't want to put any negativity in their mind, right? I just assume the sale, and then I be quiet and I let them ask a question. If they have a rebuttal, great, I'll take the rebuttal. But I'm going to assume the sale. Same thing when I'm signing them up. Hey, by the way, did that information make sense to you, Johnny? Yeah, it sure did. Sounds good, but did you see a way for you? Did you see how this could be a good opportunity for you? Yeah, no, I do see that. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get you started. If anything, I'm on the phone with them. Let's go ahead and get you started. You have a couple of minutes so we can get on Zoom real quick? Yes, I'll get on Zoom with the person. Here's my link. I'll text you my link. Get on Zoom with the person. Walk them through my website. Here's my website. Let me show you how to sign up. Boom, boom, boom. Take the initiative, right? That's what GTC means. Number 6, helping your distributors get started. As you're building a team, the 6th step is helping them get started. So remember, there's a difference between starting your business and launching your business. Okay, so for example, the examples of a launch. After you've learned the basic training and any additional trainings recommended by the company, launching your business with a PBR. This right now in the pandemic doesn't necessarily apply. A PBR means a private business reception. If things get back to normal, I will be doing PBRs. That means they invite people to a home. Let's say you get started, invite some of your friends, some of your neighbors, family members to your home, right? Tell them that you just launched your solar business, right? Invite them over to your home for education. Guess what we're going to show them? We're going to show them the opportunity to become a distributor. We're going to show them the opportunity to become a homeowner with solar and save money. And we're going to show them the opportunity to become an ambassador. Okay? So guess what? I could even lead with, hey, listen, it costs nothing to make money with our company. It doesn't cost you $1 because to become an ambassador, it doesn't cost anything, right? So the way that I built it is I had 5, 10, 20 PBRs going on Monday through Friday in my organization, but it started with one. Then we get a couple people started, we get a couple of customers, then we launch another one or a Zoom presentation. This is where I launch a new distributor. You just got started, great. Why don't we get 5, 10 of your friends on a Zoom presentation so we could show them this opportunity? Remember to recruiting. There's invite to recruit, which is what most people do. They invite to recruit. And then there is recruit to invite. What is the difference? We touched on it last week, but I'm going to share it with you right now. The champion recruiter is number 2. They recruit to invite. What does that mean? Here's what it means. Today is Monday. Okay. Let's say you got a prospect that says, I will be on the 5 o'clock presentation that your company is doing today. Let's say they don't get on. The average recruiter doesn't have a sense of urgency. Guess what they'll do? They'll say, it's okay, we have another one next Monday. A champion recruiter says, no problem. Let's schedule a time. What does your calendar look like so we can schedule a time for us to show you this information? So they either schedule them to present to them or get them to watch a pre-recorded webinar. The majority of the people that I recruited watched a pre-recorded webinar, right? Why? Because I'm not going to wait another week to recruit them. If I recruit them through let's say he doesn't make it today, but tomorrow or Wednesday, he or she watches a pre-recorded webinar. And if you need those, I'll give them to you. I'll send you the ones that I use, right? Now I get a commitment. By when do you think you would have already watched this video? By 7 o'clock tomorrow. Awesome. I'll give you a call, 7:01. Sound fair enough? Yes. Okay, great. Guess what I do now? I give them a call. I put a reminder on my phone. My phone goes off. Call Johnny. Guess what? Johnny's phone's ringing at 7:01. And guess what I do? I ask him the right questions. You know, first of all, I give him a call, say, Johnny, how's it going, buddy? It's JC. Hey, what's up, JC? Let's say he sounds a little bit stressed. Hey, man, I just wanted to keep my word with you. I told you I'd call you at 7:01, you know, giving you a call. Just wanted to keep my word, bro. Hey, no problem, JC. Yeah, but listen, I took a look at the video. Great. Pretty exciting, isn't it? Right? Great. Pretty exciting stuff, huh? Can you see now why I'm so excited, Johnny? Johnny says yes, or he gives me a rebuttal, right? Okay, great. Well, if you're ready to get started, I can show you how to get started, Johnny. Just, you know what? I've got a couple of questions. Great, no problem. I'd love to answer those questions. What do you got? Oh, well, you know, and then I proceed to answer those questions. And guess what? Here's where the magic happens. If you are new, especially, you don't have to be the person that answers the questions. You can schedule a 3-way call with somebody in your sponsorship line to answer the questions the appropriate way. I'll give you an example. I had a guy that I was recruiting from Vivint. He says, well, JC, at Vivint, I didn't have to pay no monthly fees or nothing to get started, man. I could just start selling solar. I said, you know what? You're right. And every company has its pros and cons, right? I don't see the price tag of this being a con. I'll tell you why. And I asked him, how much did you make on your last deal that you closed with Vivint? It was about $3,800 he made, $3,800. I said, I could show you how much money you would have made on that exact same deal. I could put that address into the system, request a proposal, sell it at the price that you sold it at with the same terms, same everything. And I'll show you. Long story short, he would have made about $2,500 more with us. I said, $2,500 more. Guess what? That would have paid for your monthly fee for the next 3-4 years. With all due respect, I'm gonna just call him Johnny. With all due respect, Johnny, if somebody looks at the $50 per month, they're stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. That's nothing. The only way that the company can pay a 70% cost of goods plus a 6-level deep, they have to charge a monthly fee. We're like the Costco of the solar industry. Costco doesn't make money on the products they sell. They break even on that. They make money on the monthly memberships. That's a different model. Now, if you're thinking you're not going to close a deal in 2 years, then maybe this is not for you. But even if you close one deal a year and you make an extra $2,000 on that deal, guess what? That way more than covers the $50 a month. Does that make sense? No, yeah, that makes sense. Here you're a business owner And I have a video of the comp plan. I have a video that's called Powur Energy versus traditional solar dealers. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. I use the tools to do the heavy lifting for me. So if I got somebody like that, I say, look, I'll tell you what, let me ask you this. If I send you a video that addresses these concerns perfectly, do you give me your word that you'll watch that video? Yes, I do. Awesome. Guess what I do? I text them the video and I ask them, when can I follow up that they've already watched the video? They say, follow up with me in 24 hours. Sounds good. I'll follow. Thank you, baby. I'll follow up with you in 24 hours. Look at this. Breakfast of Champions. Thank you, baby. My wife made me. Got some oatmeal and some organic blueberries. Because guess what? We got to close some deals. We got to train some people. We have to identify people that want to change their life, right? In this world, this crazy world that we live in. Let me tell you something. And I know that I'm veering off a little bit. Let me tell you this, though. There are people in your list, on your Facebook friends list, and on your cell phone contacts that went to sleep last night praying for an opportunity, and you've got it. The question is, do you have the guts to call them and invite them to check out what you're doing, to consider a new career, even if it's part-time? Or are you too scared to get rejection? Are you too scared to go out there and talk to some folks about solar? Right? That is a question, because there's people now on this Zoom that are making $80,000 to $100,000 a year just in override income. And this is just the beginning. By the end of 2021, mark my words, you're gonna have people making $300,000 to $500,000 per month with Powur. Mark my words. And guess what? Those people breathe the same air that you breathe. Those people have the internet the way you do. Those people have the same compensation plan. Powur Corporate does not have a picture of you that says, do not pay this person. You understand? Powur doesn't have that. Powur doesn't have a picture of you saying, do not pay this person. So guess what? If people can earn $10,000 weekly checks, $20,000 weekly checks and bigger, you can too. The question is, are you willing to get as much rejection as they did? Step number 6, help distributors get started. Remember, there's a difference between starting your business and launching your business, okay? So the PBR, the Zoom presentations, ideally with 4 to 8 people on it versus telling a few people here and there. Here's why. When I launched my business, I signed up about 20 to 25 people my first month. That led to a big team that's now recruiting. Now we got mentors on our team. I got started in April. I think I signed up my first person in April or May. I didn't make my first sale until May. But I did about, I think, 38 sales from May till December 31st between personal, and I never did solar before. But one thing that I did do is I said, I'm not going to dip my toe in the water. I'm going to jump in. Here's the deal. Some of you guys may have heard this story. Some of you guys may not. There was an army of 300 men going to fight a battle against 3,000 men. When the general got to their place, he told the men, burn the ships. We either win or we perish. Guess what? They won, and they were outnumbered 10 to 1. Why? Had they had the option to go back on those ships and go home, they would have lost. But they had no choice. They had to win or perish. Most people start this business and they're tippy-toeing around the business. The difference is when I got started, I launched my business. I went all out massive action. I called everybody that I know. I made over 200 phone calls minimum. And I didn't make more because I started getting busy with recruiting people, with making sales. I made some flyers and I made some business cards and I went door knocking. I went new homeowners. I went to new homeowners. I knocked on their door. I told them they had a beautiful home and I congratulated them on their home. Then I said, I want to give you a flyer. By the way, have you ever considered solar? That was my pitch. And I got a training on this, by the way. All of this stuff, there's plenty of trainings recorded on the YouTube channel. Okay. And guess what? I did that for a month. I got 2 deals that month. And 6 months later, I got another deal. 1 month of doing the new homeowner list, I got 3 deals. So far, I've already been paid about $13,000 on those deals, and I got one in the pipeline because he called me in December. I sold them in December, but he called me from when I met him, like in June. I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that with the new homeowner list and door knocking, if you put in the hours, you can close 2 to 4 sales per month. No question about it. The question is, are you willing to get out of your comfort zone? Are you willing to go out there and do that? And when I was doing it, here's the deal. Nobody taught me any pitch for solar, new homeowner list. But I said, if I was a new homeowner, what would I respond to positively if I was open to solar? Well, if somebody was a nice guy, looked sharp, looked official, he gave me some information, wasn't over pushy, I'd give that guy a shot to at least give me a proposal. And I'm a reasonable guy. So guess what? I went out there and I started visiting 25 to 35 homes every day for 3 days. I went 3 days a week. So that's a total of 12 days of prospecting. Ended up with 3 sales. 2 right away within that month or 2. And then one of them came 6, 7 months later. Not too shabby. The thing is, it's not hard to be successful. You have no competition. It's not like everybody's over here giving it all they've got. They're not. Most people are entrepreneurs. They're not entrepreneurs. Make no mistake about it. This company attracts entrepreneurs. You have your own business. But most people are disguised as entrepreneurs, but they're really entrepreneurs. They don't want it. They don't want it. So helping your distributors get started, sit down with them, find out what their goals are, schedule an appointment to help them get their first 3 bills, help them get their first 3 sales, and help them get their first 3 distributors. How do you do it? Plugging into the 5 o'clock Wednesday call. But guess what? If that doesn't work, have that person create their own. If you haven't done it, you could create your own. Hey, Wednesday at 6 o'clock, I'm doing a launch meeting of my business. Get a list of 100 people. Here's a script. You call them and you invite them to introduce them to your new solar business that you're starting for 2021. I'm launching my solar company, right, in 2021. And I want to invite you just so you could see and get a little bit of education. That way, if you have any people that you may want to refer or any people that you may know that may want to get started in solar, I can show you how to do that. And by the way, it costs 0 money. I'm not going to pitch you on paying any money to refer people, which is the truth. They can refer people for free. Even if it's only 2 or 3 people, doesn't matter. Get one of your uplines to do a presentation for you. Start building your team. Guess what? Some of those people may show up and say, I don't want to build a team. I don't want to join your business, but my brother just bought a house. I'll talk to him about you. And that may lead to sale. Here's the deal. You can't control what's going to happen. What you can control is a proper activity that we're doing on a day-to-day basis, right? So helping your distributors get started the proper way is key. Identify the 3 categories that they're in. You want to identify right now which one of these categories you're in. Category number 1 is people that want to supplement their income. Category number 2 is people that want to replace. And category number 3 is people that want financial freedom. Where are you? I want you to type in the chat seriously where you are. Don't say financial freedom and you're going to dedicate 5 hours a week to this business, because that's unrealistic, right? So you could lie to me, you could lie on Zoom, but you can't lie to your heart. You can't lie to yourself. Do you really want financial freedom? Do you want to replace your income or supplement your income? Because next week, I'm going to be training on these 3 things. What kind of activity it takes to supplement, to replace, or for financial freedom. That way, you're not confused, because there's some people that want financial freedom, but they have a supplement your income type of work ethic and mindset, right? Very important. And it's okay to start at supplement your income. Later on, you can move it to replace your current income. And eventually you can move it to financial freedom. But be real about what you're saying, right? So I want you to write down which one of those is seriously your goal. Financial freedom, financial freedom, financial freedom. Okay, good. Most of you guys want financial freedom. I think all of you guys want financial freedom. I mean, I know that we want it, and that's awesome. I know that we want it, but the question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Guess what? It starts. Recruit a couple folks, sell a couple solar homes. Recruit a couple folks, sell a couple homes, right? Solar to a couple of homes. That will get you the momentum and the proof in your mind, in your subconscious mind. You got the proof that this business works. And if you've got the proof that this business works, your recruiting will become more powerful. Why? Because you know it works. But before you have that belief, borrow my belief, borrow your upline's belief, your mentor's belief. If they're not an alien, they're a human being. They got blood pumping through their veins like you. They could talk to people the way you can. They've got the internet the way you can. They've got the power platform and the composition plan the way you can. You need to know, and this is where growing your mind comes in. I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that I can make $1 million per month. I've never made $1 million, but the most I've made in 1 month is $300,000 bucks. I've been a millionaire twice and I lost it because I earned it early on and I made some bad mistakes the first time. The second time, the market crashed and I lost a lot of money. Guess what? By the end of this year, I'll be worth minimum $1 million liquid. There's no question about that. It's like riding a bike. The question is, who else wants to go out there and achieve whatever goals they have? You want to validate the new distributors? Remember, a distributor, when they barely get started, is at their highest levels of excitement and their lowest levels of knowledge. They are babies in the business. You want to guide them through the process. It's best if you yourself have done the proper process. Does that make sense? Somebody starts new, highest levels of excitement, but lowest levels of knowledge. Okay? That excitement you want to leverage. So you want to guide them. Here's a deal, man. Too many people, when you're new, you try to complicate things. You want to know everything before you start asking for the bill. I keep it simple to making a sale. Get the interest of the homeowner. Get the bill. And get the appointment. The rest, that's what I did. The rest of the stuff, I started learning what inverters are for. I started learning different panels. I started learning about, the different types of roofs. I started learning about different financing options. You don't have to know none of that stuff to get started. You know what you got to know? Get good at getting the interest of a homeowner. Get good at getting in front of homeowners to pitch them to get their interest. Then that will lead to getting the bills. And once you got the bill, schedule the appointment. Because with the bill and some basic information, you can get a proposal. So now get the appointment. That's what I told Gabriel. Gabriel started last month, closed his first 2 deals last month. We did 4 presentations. One of them didn't qualify, no credit. The other one is still thinking about it. And we got 2 sales. That's not bad, 50%. One of them, no credit. We're going to fix his credit. For those of you guys that don't know, I own a credit repair company. So the husband and wife, they're coming to my company. And for those of you guys, add Monica Samuel, she's on here, okay? She's the field director for credit brokers, and she helps onboard affiliates. We don't charge anything to become an affiliate. Now you can refer people, earn a little commission, get their credit up, and then go ahead and sell them solar. Monica with a K, Monica Samuel. You guys want to hit her up. So anyways, help set their expectations. That's why the next training that we're going to do is important. How many hours are they willing to dedicate to the business? Do they have long-term vision? Are you putting this, not only for them, but for you, are you putting the trainings in your calendar? Monday, 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, training, Power Hour. That should be on your calendar. That should be your routine. See, most people have a routine, especially successful people have successful routines. Should have thought about that before I took the bite. It's going to take longer. 1 second. Your routine and your habits. For example, for your notes, write this down. First, we create our habits. Then our habits create us. First, we create our habits. Later, our habits create us. The question is, what type of habits are you creating? Right? So, first, we create our habits, then our habits create us. So the question is, what type of habits are you creating? Are they successful habits or unsuccessful habits? So for example, I don't listen to a lot of music in the car. I listen to personal development. I listen to podcasts. I'll listen to pre-recorded mentor trainings, right? That's just become a habit. So the question, how often are you prospecting? Is that a habit, right? So help set the expectations. Tell them also what you have done to get started. I tell everybody on my team, everybody I recruit, what I've done to get started. Fast start training is pre-recorded. 710. What does the 710 mean? In your first 7 days, also being a product of the product. Being a product of, if you're a homeowner, you should have solar, man. If you're a homeowner, you should have solar. Absolutely. And in the first 7 days, you should show the business or the service to 10 people. That's the goal. My first 7 days, I want to launch. I want to show the business or the services to 10 people in my first 7 days. That's what the 710 stands for. Help your new distributors create a game plan, rank advance, give specific assignments like the Monday training. For those mentors on here, there's a mentor training at 11 o'clock. 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Mondays, there's an opportunity webinar. You should be plugging it. If you don't know it by heart, guest or no guest, you should be plugging into that to learn the business. And then number 7 is promoting events. Most of my team, if not all of my team, receive text messages and get tagged on social media about this. And I make a couple of phone calls as well to get onto this training, right? You get onto this training. Professionals in this industry, they master promoting events. How many people are you going to have on the next CEO call from your team? How many people are you going to have? How many guests and distributors are you going to have on the Monday 5 o'clock call? Professionals in this, oh, it's Mondays at 12. Sorry about that, guys. Professionals in this industry are masters at promoting these events. And if you get good at promoting events, what if you have 5 people on your team that are building a team, working their way to mentor, and they're promoting these events? So I'm going to finish off this call. For those of you guys that want to take your business to the next level, that mentorship call is going to happen Thursday on serious accountability and serious tasks to close 2 to 5 deals per month. The other thing I'm going to talk about is a very serious recruiting system. I'm going to do some recruiting videos that are going to be sponsored ads on YouTube. I like YouTube more because YouTube, they only charge you if they watch 30 seconds of the video. So if they skip after 5 seconds, between 5 and 29 seconds, you don't get charged for that. I'm going to go on a massive recruiting spree with a video that I'm going to record. And I'm going to target network marketers because that's who I know. And a lot of network marketers in the industry know who I am. I'm going to partner up with a couple of people that want to split the budget on these ads. So let's say I put 80% of it, 80% of the leads go to me, 20% go to them. Because I am on purpose to get to 100 personally recruited people into my Powur business. Okay. And now we're going to scale up. The 2020, I was learning the solar business and I still am, but I feel very confident selling. I sell a lot and I feel very confident now. Now I'm going to develop people and I'm going to recruit a bunch of people and put the systems in place. We have enough trainings so we could create our website and put the trainings on board with different modules that we're always going to add. Okay. So reach out to me for that. Also, a couple of you guys messaged me privately and some of you guys text me about the credit repair services. Let me know. It's free to become an affiliate and we can help people make a 30-point jump up to a 100-point jump inside of 60 days. That's the difference between qualifying and not qualifying. I've already got 4 or 5 people since I started that we fixed their credit, whether they were mine or somebody on my team or somebody else's, that we helped qualify for solar that didn't qualify for solar before they started working with our company. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the information. Let's go out there and crush it. This is the first strong of the year. Now 52 weeks, we've got 52 strongs. Let's go out there and go hard every single day. And let's make 2020 really a happy and a new year. Not only say it's a happy new year, but let's go out there and make it happen. You can create time freedom, money freedom with this business. But who's going to do it? That's up to you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys getting on. Let's go out there and crush it. I'll see you guys next Monday, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's training as well with Jonathan Brunasso. Thank you.